Hi guys, good morning, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name's Cesar if you guys are new here, and today I'm going to be taking you through an animal-based what I eat in a day, full day of eating, okay? First thing I always do every morning is I start off with a coconut oil pull. I know that's not food related, but I just want to let you know how we're prepping the oral microbiome and such. But the next thing I'm doing is I'm going to do my Bible study and just spend time with the Lord, some quiet time if you will. And I'm going to make some tea to have while I do this, so just starting my electric tea kettle, and I'm currently drinking the traditional medicinals organic lemon ginger tea for digestive support. Prior to this I had the ginger one, and I honestly like the ginger one better than the ginger lemon, but bought it so we're gonna use it up, and in 2 weeks we'll get the ginger one. They just didn't have it at the store. I'm also kind of running low on groceries, so it should be interesting to see what meals we can piece together today. If you can see that big pot right there, I made bone broth and I want to see if it's gelatinous. I don't know what's set to the bottom though. Probably needed to cheesecloth strain it TBH, but ooh, that's awesome. I used just like chicken bones, beef bones, bone marrow bones. I did so much. There's probably a thick layer of fat honestly on the top of that. I know there definitely is. And I froze the rest in super cubes, like these cubes. Anyways, I'm gonna take out, I have some frozen ground beef, and I'm gonna take this out to defrost because I think I'm gonna be eating that for lunch, and I think dinner will have salmon. Leaving this out to defrost. I have to do a huge kitchen clean today because I made sourdough, bone broth, and bone marrow butter this weekend, and I kind of had a fun for all this fridge, not gonna lie.
Hi, buddy.
So let me get my mug, and this will be cleaner today. It's on my to-do list to clean this whole kitchen out, okay? Also, I love this set. This set is from Gap. Yeah, these are both medium, just really comfy. These are medium petite though, because I'm only 5'3". This is our teacup. Today I'm reading in the book of John, and I'm excited. Boom. I will say, I've been caffeine free for almost a month. I miss caffeine. But you know what I realized is, like, I don't feel any different, to be honest. I feel healthier, but I'm saying my energy does not feel any different. I actually feel better without the caffeine. But when I was, yesterday I'm at church and I was a little tired, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could have coffee. But I was thinking to myself, even when I was a coffee drinker, I'd be tired still anyways. So I'm like, what's the point, I'm also gonna fill this up with water. The water that comes out of the faucet is already filtered, okay? Just because I know it looks like I'm drinking tap water. If you're curious about animal-based or eating animal-based, you're probably not someone who drinks tap water. Me neither. I also want to say too, if I was in my luteal phase, I would eat breakfast before I did my Bible study, but because I'm still in the first half of my cycle, I can delay breakfast a little bit without it putting impending stress on my adrenals and my hormones. With Bible study time, I'll be back with my breakfast. I just finished reading the book of John. I read a few chapters. So I've been getting a lot more into my reading era and just sitting down and reading fiction books because I am a big audiobook nonfiction girly, and during 75 Hard I was reading nonfiction books and reading those 10 pages a day, but I feel like because my brain has been fried by electronics for so long, I feel as though it was hard for me to read the Bible because that was the only text I was really trying to read and absorb, because I was mostly just listening to audiobooks. And so I started reading fiction books to help with my concentration and to just help me be able to follow along on a story and casually be able to read, because I had an issue where if I didn't fully go through and take in every single word of every single sentence, I felt like I couldn't move on even if I understood what I was reading. I don't know if that makes sense. So I started getting into fiction books. If you watched the last vlog, you saw I got my library card renewed and I rented some books, and so I've been really focusing on trying to read novels, and that I think has helped me so much with reading the Bible, which is so random because what I'm reading right now is like a random thriller book. I'm reading The Surrogate Mother right now, and I like that this read isn't romance. I do like romance novels, but they get a little too spicy, which I've talked about on my channel, is I just don't like an overly spicy book. So I'm reading a thriller to change it up so it's nothing too scary. I've been able to finally get into a groove where I can read pages and pages, and I don't feel like I'm constantly looking up and checking the time. I feel I guess the thing is I feel so much more present. I feel like the things that I'm reading, I'm actually paying attention to and consuming rather than wanting to doom scroll. I've also taken it upon myself to really get off of social media. I haven't really been on Instagram, Facebook. I don't really use Twitter or TikTok much, but I haven't really been on those much at all. I have myself set to time limits where my apps are on a 0 minutes a day of social media. So if I want to go on, I have to give myself a 15-minute allowance for the daily limit, and that has allowed me, like, if I start scrolling, when the 15 minutes pops up, I just get off of my phone. I'm like, okay, it's been 15 minutes, you know, it happens quick, you know? So that's helped me a lot too, I think. And also taking the time to bake sourdough and make a bone broth, and I was making bone marrow butter this past weekend, and I've just been really chefing it up and making long meals, something that isn't instant gratification, something that takes hours or days. And all this to say is that I think it has helped me a lot with my focus and clarity and my ability to pay attention to things. And my choice of social media now has become Pinterest. That is what I love to scroll on, but Pinterest gives me inspiration. It gives me a sense of motivation. It allows me to feel good. I scroll through Pinterest and I don't feel any type of way. I feel good. So those are just some things I've been happy about, been working through. But yeah, finished the book of John. So next up I'm gonna finish the book of Mark. I've only read half of that, so that's my next one. Okay, I just opened my bone broth that I made and there's literally just like a layer of fat on top. I don't really know what to do with it, if I'm being honest, but it's not really tasty to drink fat like that. It's not good. But that's definitely from just random bones and things that still had meat on them, or probably from the bone marrow I added to this. But is this like gelatinous? I mean, it's a little chunky. I'm so curious. Ooh, it's pretty jelly-like. Ooh, that's cool. I'm happy about that. Means it came out good. Get some extra protein this morning, some good gut health benefits. We'll have this for breakfast. I'm just gonna weigh it out so that I get just a cup. I don't want more than 8 ounces of this. Okay, you ready? Slut. Wow, this is so exciting. My first bone broth. We're gonna heat this up to have this to help our gut health. And then I'm also gonna make some eggs and I don't know, we'll see what else. I made bone marrow butter. It's pretty good. It's a little beefy. It's kind of giving me beef tallow energy, but I guess it's kind of what beef tallow is anyways. It's rendered beef fat, but this isn't beef fat. This is the bone fat. Fat? I don't really know. Anywho, I think I'm gonna cook my eggs in this just for some extra nutrition. I don't know if I'm gonna like the taste of it, but obviously if you're trying to get inspo, I'm extra. I made bone marrow butter, like please. I'm in my homemaking era, so disregard the unrelatability, unless if you are on the animal-based diet though, get the bone-in meat and save the bones. I've been saving bones for months from like bone-in steaks. I made chicken, so I used the bones from that, so it's not necessarily that unattainable because I just put everything in a crock pot and let it sit for 20 hours on low. So it wasn't extremely hard. So I'm gonna make some eggs. I'm just giving you guys the rundown. I'm gonna make it and then I'll show you the plate. I have 3 eggs, so I'm gonna probably make the 3 eggs, cook it in this. I'll let you know if I like how it tastes in this. It might be a little too beefy for me, not gonna lie. I'm not one to cook my eggs in beef tallow, but this is half bone marrow butter, half grass-fed butter. I am making some stewed apples just to help with digestion. So this is just a organic pink lady apple. I've been trying a bunch of different apples, trying to see if I can really taste a difference, and I feel like I can't personally. Adding some nutmeg, some cinnamon, and some water, and I'm just gonna let this sit on the stove while I eat the rest of my breakfast. Okay, so this is my breakfast so far. I have apples that are cooking on the stove right now. This is the core from that apple. We're not putting any apples to waste here. So I have the core to continue eating. Obviously not the actual core, the apple that's around it, okay? These are Applegate turkey sausages. Not my favorite. They're kind of dry because it's a low-fat meat. The pork ones are really good and the chicken ones are really good. These ones aren't bad. It's just dry. More dry than the others, I should say. 3 eggs cooked in bone marrow butter situation. And then we have my cup of bone broth. I've heard that our ancestors ate 30 different foods a week. So I'm trying to get on my 30 different foods a week grind. And I think I can do it. I try to not eat the same thing every day, but I usually do. The eggs cooked in bone marrow is actually really good. And for the bone marrow recipe, it was so simple. I got frozen bone marrow bones from the butcher. I let them defrost. I put them in at 450 for 15 minutes and then 350 for another 15 minutes. And then you just take all of the liquid that accumulates on the tray, pour that into the KitchenAid or your mixer, and then take all the stuff that's in the bone marrow. I took a chopstick, and you could take a chopstick and just go into the bone marrow to get the stuff out. And then I took butter kind of in equal amounts to the bone marrow, but you can kind of tailor however you want to do it. And then I just whipped it up in the KitchenAid until it was giving bone marrow butter. It's like whipped. I did a good job. This is really good. All right, I'm back. Here are my apples. This is a weird angle. All right, I'm back. Here are the apples. They're very hot. I have to let them cool off. So I'm gonna finish my bone broth while I have this cooling off. And that's my breakfast. It's a very lengthy breakfast. I don't take this much time and consideration into my, maybe I do. I really just hold my mornings so close to my heart. I love my mornings. I love being able to take them nice and slow. I'm currently in the job hunting process post-grad, and I'm really allowing myself to take this time to sit down and have a slow breakfast, but I really, really, really pray that when I get a job that I will actually wake up a couple hours before I have to leave to be able to take the time to do this for myself. If I was animal-based on the go, I'd be eating hard-boiled eggs, bananas, you know, stuff that I can really easily take on the go. I'd prep fruit beforehand. I'd just have honey on me to throw on fruit whenever. Yeah, I would take yogurts with me. I would make it very, very simple. I'm really trying to slow down. I feel like God has me in a season of life that's uncomfortable for me, and it's very slow, and I've been learning to lean into that. I really truly believe God put me in this season of isolation to allow me to learn how to spend time with him and prioritize him and his word, and be able to use that on a day-to-day basis to help my life. And it's been uncomfortable. There's been growing pains, but it's allowed me to seek the truth of taking care of myself spiritually, of course, but also when it comes to workouts and nutrition. I feel that this is the most in tune I have ever been with my body. I have struggled with, as I've mentioned, dealing with health issues in your 20s. The video that I posted titled that. It is so isolating dealing with health issues. It is so frustrating, and especially with bio-individuality, it's very just, it's tough. And it's really allowed me to sit back and learn what works for me and what doesn't. And it's been a very eye-opening experience, and it's given me time to focus on myself, which has been amazing. And let me tell you, I'm so ready to get back to working. I'm really allowing God to just rule this season of my life and every season, but to get me a call for an interview and get a job position or whatever it may be when the time is right, you know? Oh, this is so good. I've been talking y'all's ear off this morning. I promise we're gonna speed things up. I'm not gonna eat again until I'm actually hungry. So that, due to the volume of this meal specifically, I don't think it's gonna be for a while. So I might only eat 2 meals today. Maybe I'll just have a snack and then eat dinner with my husband and show you guys that. But I really try to start off the day right because it's very helpful to just get in nutrition early on. Let's try these. I've been on an apple hunt, and all apples end up tasting the same, honestly. This is a pink lady, not my favorite. I'll show you guys when I get hungry. I've been cleaning for a couple of hours now and just organizing and just getting a bunch of little stay-at-home wife tasks, but I just made another cup of tea. This is Organic Cup of Calm Chamomile Mint. I love this tea specifically. I think it's so great. There's not enough water, so I have more water heating up because I used the rest of it this morning. I did kind of eat a lot this weekend, and I did have Carvel yesterday, so my appetite's probably not going to be as high. But I've been doing really good on animal-based, minus a little ice cream, so. Can you guys believe it's 5:45? Like, I literally haven't gotten hungry all day because of my breakfast. Obviously, if I ate earlier, I'd probably get hungry and have a meal in between dinner, but I'm gonna go start cooking dinner right now because I just feel like that's the next move. It's 5:45. I checked my husband's location and he's like 45 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, if I can make dinner and have that ready for him when he walks through the door, my wifely duties are doing well. But I'm just trying to see what we have. We have some lettuce. I can make a taco bowl. That's kind of what I'm thinking, is I'll make a taco bowl because I have lettuce. I mean, it's not like iceberg. I have lettuce, I have an aguacate, avocado. What else do I have? I think I'm gonna make a taco bowl. It's either a taco bowl I'm gonna make or I'm going to make salmon. But I don't think salmon's gonna be enough food for me. I'm gonna call my husband. Let's see what he wants. I'm gonna ask him if he wants a taco bowl or if he wants salmon. Okay, he's not answering. I'm going to then flip a coin. I don't know how you flip a coin. Heads, I'm making taco bowls, which is what I really want to make. Tails, I'll make salmon. Ugh, we have tails. I guess I'm making salmon. Now I'm thinking about what should I make on the side for him. So my husband is not animal based, so I don't really want to make him suffer through eating salmon and fruit. It's kind of a weird combo. So I think I'm gonna make rice. I could make a risotto type situation too. Okay, I'm gonna make risotto. I'll probably eat some of this risotto actually though, because the ingredients are so simple and it's still technically animal based. Olive oil, butter, onion, white wine, which I do have cooking wine right here from the last time I made risotto, chicken broth, and Parmesan cheese. Although I am animal based, I can handle green beans. So like green beans, zucchini, carrots, those are the types of things I can handle. I mean, I know zucchini is technically a fruit, but these won't give me any issues. Eating animal-based is just giving you your starting point. For sure, I'm good with all of the stuff that is under the list of animal-based eating. He's not animal-based. We can make this and I'll be fine, but I think I'm still just gonna eat this anyways. I know, I don't mean to flex, but I really did a good job. It looks really good. On the green beans, I put butter, truffle oil, salt, pepper, and some crushed red pepper, and then I topped it with Parmesan, and then this is just risotto, and then this I put salt, pep, bone marrow butter, paprika, onion powder, no, garlic powder. Wow, it looks really good. Okay, time to eat. Alright guys, it is now 8:25 and I just feel like I didn't eat enough today. I feel like I didn't eat enough today, but Willie and I went to Aldi literally right before they closed, and we went through quick and got everything, got out right before they were closing. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got. I got some organic apples. I got some more lettuce because we are gonna have taco bowls tomorrow. Some zucchini because we eat zucchini all the time. Willie's been loving apples and almond butter, so we got some more almond butter. This we got at a convenience store because Aldi doesn't really have the best cottage cheese. This one also isn't great ingredients either, but Stop and Shop, which is like the Long Island grocery store, stopped carrying Good Culture. I'm gonna have to go to a different grocery store. We got some organic grapes, some bell peppers. We got some more grass-fed butter. We got 2 things of yogurt because I cannot be running out of yogurt. This is my favorite, the Friendly Farms whole milk Greek yogurt. It's not organic or anything, but I love it. I don't do a non-fat yogurt. And then 2 dozen pasture-raised eggs because I eat a lot of eggs. I'm gonna put this away and then make a yogurt bowl with a bunch of fruits and stuff because I just feel like I didn't eat enough fruits. And we're gonna watch some Grey's Anatomy. Okay, I made my yogurt bowl. This is my yogurt bowl. I made this. I did a serving of the Greek yogurt with some frozen wild blueberries, a banana, 1 date, some raw honey, and some cinnamon. Normally what I would like to do is heat up in a pan. I put butter and then I cut the bananas a bit differently, so they're like kind of like how you do platanos, like cut long ways. I make bigger pieces and I'll cook them and I'll flip them in the pan, and I also will cook the date. I'll open the date up, cook it down, cook it on the other side, and it's like super caramelly. But a lot of dishes have been done today and I don't feel like doing more, so we're just keeping it nice and cold. I'm gonna sit down and watch some Grey's and enjoy this. I'll give it a taste test for you guys though. I'll get a money bite. It's always good. That was amazing. So I'm gonna enjoy this.